Ah, the fidget spinner, the classic 2017 whirring toy designed to help the easily distractible become slightly less distractible. Some claim it's just a toy, others profess it to be the most helpful gadget they've ever found for living with ADHD or autism. So, which is it? Well, let's find out. I haven't slept in days. I've just been spinning my life away. The origin of the fidget spinner is kind of cloudy and up for interpretation. Kind of like the results of the fidget spinner. A woman named Catherine Hedinger patented what she called a spinning toy in '93, claiming it helped her autistic students function better in school environments. However, since the fidget spinner's popularity has skyrocketed this year, she has actively not claimed to be the creator. How bad does an invention have to have inventors clamoring to not take the credit? There are a lot of manufacturers out there making pretty much the same exact product. While that isn't necessarily a sin on its own, the fact that these extremely similar items range in price from $3 to $2,088 kinda requires a ding, you know? Also, despite being incredibly self-explanatory, there are over 3.8 million results when you search how to use a fidget spinner on the YouTubes. Hey everybody, welcome today to the fidget spin tutorial. So, step 1, you take your fidget spinner. Step 2, you fidget spin it. You got it.
You're supposed to cut.
The top result has over 3.9 million views. Again, people, you just spin it. One fidget spinner reviewer found that the Rotoblade model in titanium started to get gritty and make funky noises after a few hours of use. Now, I expect things like this from a few products, like yo-yos or prostitutes, but fidget spinners, whose only job is to spin? I think not. Now, these are toys, so some wear is to be expected. But here's the thing, the Rotoblades cost anywhere from $117 to $135. Bobby, Rotoblade also advertises to be a bottle opener and a phone stand. That's a good deal. Yeah, I love placing fragile, scratchable glass screens on roughly edged metal that I'm supposed to be using to help me do other things than look at my phone. Also, the Rotoblade functions as a cigar stand, showing that they think their target audience is James Bond villains, when in reality, it's just human versions of the autistic screeching meme. Now, don't worry, I'm not just going to focus on the Rotoblade. There are plenty of other spinners out there to meet. For instance, the fingertip gyro hand spinner fidget, which was advertised as a bottle opener and in the same sentence promoted as a great toy for kids. Son, bring me a fucking beer.
Oh, but Dad, I don't have any way of opening a beer because I'm just a kid, so I don't have access to tools like that because my innocence needs to be protected, but also because the sharp edges on a bottle opener could be dangerous to a kid that is my age.
Oh wait, I got you one of those spinny toys. It's in the box by the door. You can use that to open a beer for me, but never open a beer for yourself because beer's bad for kids and you should only use the spinner for spinning and nothing else as it was advertised for on Amazon. Spin, oh how we spin. Now, let's not forget about the Belai fidget spinner toy, which glows in the dark. You know, for those times that a kid with serious attention issues is trying to sleep and needs to spin something and look at it in order to not be distracted from sleep. Makes sense. The Vulcan Titanium Antisocial Hand Spinner Fidget Toy, nice name by the way, comes in 3 versions. Pink for $6, Army Green for $78, and Titanium for $140. So much for the pink tax. Take that, Amy Schumer. A 3D printing site made a post on May 16th, 2017 called 48 Best Fidget Spinner / Hand Spinner Toys to Buy or DIY. Regardless of the content, there should not be a best 48 of anything.
Hey Bob.
What? There's really only ever one best of something. I mean, I guess you could stretch it to 10 if you have very different reviews. But 48? And you know what? We're gonna add 48 sins for the 48 best fidget spinners out there. There is this review, which outs the X-Design spinner as a rating scam. Also, the box came with a card trying to bribe me to give a 5-star review, so I might take a lot of these with a grain of salt. You mean company, don't do that, that's mean. Bad company. I wrote the script for this video at, well, May 18th, 3:29 p.m. That day, there were 9 new reviews on the Gong Fu fidget spinner, which is the first thing to come up when you search fidget spinner on Amazon. 6 of them were only 1 star. How badly do you have to mess up on the manufacturing of a piece of plastic to get that many 1-star reviews? And it's not like this was an anomaly, just a one-day thing. Over a third of the reviews on this spinner are 1 star. Even the best-selling spinner on Amazon, on sale for $4, has 1-star ratings racking up 21% of their overall reviews. Do you know how bad a $4 item has to be to get a 1-star review? $3 bad. Then we have this guy who decided that simply spinning with a spinner wasn't enough for him. I took my grinder and shaved parts off of it to create a very sharp spinning blade of death.
It's great for parties and just chilling with death on the go. And it's really fun to gamble with it too.
I bought this for this episode to make fun of it, but now I've been non-stop using it for about 4 days. I don't know how to feel about that, and I don't know how to communicate my emotions effectively, so I'm going to lash out in anger and give you another sin. These things are not all fun and games. In May of 2017, a girl swallowed part of her fidget spinner and had to be rushed into emergency surgery to remove it from her esophagus. The girl was apparently cleaning part of it when it went down her throat. Sin for not providing better cleaning instructions than suck on it. Also, the girl was 10, which is way too old to swallow a piece of a toy. And spinner, although you aren't responsible for how old the girl was, I'm still gonna blame you for it. Because as a liberal, I refuse to take personal responsibility for my toy consuming actions. Where the medical field is concerned, there is no evidence to support the idea that fidget spinners help to quell the distractible nature of ADHD and autistic students. And yet, they continue to be furiously marketed to those people. Except for Rotoblade, who pretty much exclusively markets to people who own rental properties. In an NPR article by Wine Davis on May 14th, 2017, the idea was put forth that the spinners are just marketed towards nervous parents who want to help their kids. So the advertisers are just taking advantage of very vulnerable people. One clinical psychologist even said that relying on the stories of some kids with ADHD being helped by the spinners is almost like saying Yelp reviewers are scientific. And we all know that, wow, great experience, 10 out of 10, would come again, isn't necessarily the most accurate description of Pepe's Mexican Grill. Also, fidget spinners have completely taken over YouTube. It doesn't matter what your video is about, as long as there is a fidget spinner in the thumbnail, you'll get some fucking views. The worst perpetrator of all is TechSmart.
All right, so they're probably calling the police. We're just gonna head out on this one. Spin on, Jeff. Spin on, my friend.
The fact that, well, there aren't any facts proving the benefits of fidget spinners for students has caused a ton of commotion in schools worldwide. You could even say that the things are spinning out of control. An article from Trib Live, a Pennsylvania publication, reports that Western Pennsylvania schools have banned them. While some kids claim the spinners help them concentrate, the kids around them who normally had no problem paying attention were getting distracted by the toys. Back in my day, it was just the hot English teacher that distracted us. And boy, did we fidget with our own damn spinners. Just after school. And finally, The Telegraph in the UK reported similar problems of the spinners distracting students. Finally, it's not just Americans who are fucking up. Thanks, fidget spinners.
Can we stop the spinning?